Hey everyone, I'm Darrell Winninger, meteorologist at Central Oregon Daily News, and we are about to do a deep dive into your most reliable forecast. Today we've had a lot more cloud cover. Temperatures have still been above average for this time of the year, and there's just no rain in sight. The next couple of days, a lot of these conditions are going to be changing, so let's start off with what we're seeing right here and right now. First off, there is additional cloud cover. We don't have any showers, but we do have a couple of smoke plumes that we're continuing to track using the Oregon Hazards Lab fire detection camera network, and it's available through the University of Oregon, and there are cameras all across Central Oregon, and these cameras help us because they detect where some smoke plumes are and then they zoom in. A couple of them are already doing that, but even with these prescribed burns, we do not have much in the way of reduced or even poor air quality. And where you're seeing the flames and the red dots, that's where we have had some prescribed burns, and those are the ones we're continuing to track. But as we go forward through the next couple of days, rain is on the way with mountain snow expected, but that mountain snow holds off until this weekend. And notice we're seeing those green colors and those yellow colors. That means light to moderate rain. When it comes to snow, not much in the way of totals, not even in the highest elevations. Right now we're in a break between systems. That break is accompanied by a ridge of high pressure. That high pressure starts to flatten Wednesday and Thursday. By Thursday and Friday, more showers are expected. We could even be getting some thunderstorms through parts of not just Central Oregon, but in and around our Tri-County area. So we are going to go ahead and look through Central Oregon. Most of these cameras, you'll notice dry roads and even some shadows on the ground. Even with that extra cloud cover, those clouds are thin and it's just filtering the sunshine, so we can still see some of those shadows. It was another gorgeous day across Central Oregon, and even looking at the lower elevations, we see some shadows. We do not see wet roads, and things are looking pretty darn nice across the high desert. And these clouds have just been gradually working their way through Central Oregon. Now, even across the entire state, we are dry. And just to confirm, yes, there is some rain on the radar, just not over Central Oregon or the Pacific Northwest, and that's because of this ridge of high pressure. And that is pretty much beating down these systems that are starting to roll in. Now, there is going to be another system that's offshore that we're continuing to track, but it doesn't stop there, because when we look at the bigger picture, what we're seeing is there's a low out over the Pacific Ocean, another one over the Four Corners region. Each one of these are going to be impacting us through the next several days, including one over the Bering Sea, just on the other side of the Aleutian Islands. So when we just focus on what we're seeing across Central Oregon, we do have some clouds across the high desert. We just don't have any precipitation associated with those clouds. In fact, when we look at water vapor imagery and pressure, we notice that those pressure lines, those isobars, are a little bit closer to each other. It has been breezy, even gusty at times, but the water vapor, it's showing blue and white. So that means there's moisture overhead. That means there are clouds, but we really don't see deep moisture until we start to see some of these greens like you have over Montana. And so we're not exactly dry, but at the same time, we are looking at some clouds rolling through and no precipitation in sight. Even as we go forward through the rest of tonight, some in and out clouds. By Wednesday, watch what happens during the afternoon. Over South Central Oregon, some showers develop, maybe some thunderstorms, and for our Tri-County area, some of those could stray into parts of the high desert. By Thursday afternoon, scattered showers, maybe some thunderstorms possible, and then by Friday, we're getting into an active weather pattern. So just when it comes to precipitation in the next 24 hours, by 5 p.m. tomorrow, a few sprinkles will have potentially impacted parts of the high desert, and winds are just going to be breezy for many of us, especially as this next wave of moisture rolls in. On top of that, it's just dry, where we have relative humidity values that are measured in percentages in the teens and 20s. So it's dry. In the last 24 hours, we topped out in the 70s and some 60s. Today, it was more like 60s with a few 70s on the map, and that's exactly where we're still sitting right now. So under that filtered sunshine, we're running between 5 and 11 degrees cooler than we were just 24 hours ago. This is a significant drop in temperatures, but we started off chilly. We had gorgeous conditions, and we're still running above average for this time of the year. But shout out to Tony for sharing this picture with us. That's what it looked like this morning. Meanwhile, through tonight, we're getting chilly again. So chilly days or chilly nights, mild days are expected to continue, but then our next chance of rain rolls into the high desert. So through the overnight hours, we're falling back into the 30s, few 20s and 40s out there. By tomorrow, 70s and 60s expected. But as we go forward through the next couple of days, you'll start to see that next shift in our weather pattern. What we're looking at right now is a forecast model that specifically shows geopotential heights. This product helps us understand where high pressure is, where low pressure is, and what's happening between, where the jet stream is flowing. And here through the next couple of days, we are going to get into an active weather pattern, just not really until Thursday and Friday. So Wednesday, still in that transitional phase. Pardon me, highs in the 70s and 60s, some PM showers possible. By Thursday, wetter conditions, especially for South Central Oregon. Central Oregon getting showers, maybe some thunderstorms, 60s with some 70s still possible. By Friday, highs mostly in the 60s, more rain expected, maybe even a few 50s. So between now through Friday at 11 p.m., we have a couple different systems that are doing a dance around the Pacific Northwest. Number one, a cold front that's out over the Pacific Northwest rolls inland, or it rolls inland, a whole low pressure system, and then a different cold front transitions into another low. And meanwhile, the low that's over the Four Corners region works its way to the north. So we have several different systems impacting us, bringing us showers Thursday and Friday, the potential of some PM thunderstorms, and then by Saturday and Sunday, it's just wetter with cooling, stronger winds, falling snow levels. So let's go ahead and time this all out. Here's the first system, the main one that's going to push through the first part, and then the cold front that I was talking about that transitions to a different low pressure system, all of it dancing around that high out over the Pacific Ocean. So through the next 24 hours, maybe some PM showers Wednesday afternoon. By Thursday afternoon, scattered showers, maybe some thunderstorms. Notice most of the thunderstorm activity over southwestern Oregon and south central Oregon. And then by Friday, we're just getting wetter as that next system, the one that's over the Four Corners region, really starts to work its way north into the Pacific Northwest. And then that next low develops and starts to roll into the California coastline. So we are getting into an active weather pattern. We have one more forecast model. This one is the GFS, the long range one. It shows that by Thursday afternoon, some showers. By Friday afternoon, a little bit wetter. And this active weather pattern really gets active this weekend. By Saturday night going into Sunday, some mountain snow. And then we start to clear out, especially early next week, but it doesn't last for too long because by Wednesday of next week, another system rolls in. Between now and 11 p.m. Thursday, some showers are expected. Fast forward to this time next week, we'll have gotten a lot wetter with a little bit of mountain snow. Not enough snow to get excited about, but some mountain snow could slick up the roads a little bit. Meanwhile, winds are going to get gusty at times. Right now it is breezy, gusts between 10 and 25 miles per hour, and actual wind speeds more like 10 to 15 miles per hour. You could say 10 to 20 miles per hour. Then here through tonight, we come back down to a light breeze. By tomorrow, breezy at times. By Thursday, still breezy at times. So winds never really becoming a big issue, but it could become gusty at times. So for tonight, we're talking 30s with a few 40s and 20s possible. A couple spots could dip to near and below freezing. By tomorrow, 70s and 60s expected. This will be the most pleasant day out of the next 7. After that, rain chances are going to be scattered, then widespread. A big dip in temperatures is expected with stronger winds and rain becoming snow showers. By Sunday, we're looking at below average temperatures starting to rebound early next week. So a quick update when it comes to your weather headlines. More sunshine is on the way. 60s, some 70s. And afternoon breezes are expected with in and out clouds in the forecast. But also later this week, specifically Thursday and Friday, showers are back in the forecast. We just don't see any of that right now. And by tomorrow afternoon, some showers are possible, really, across the entire state. We just have some clouds and no rain in sight. That's the latest in weather. Join us tonight on Central Oregon Daily News. Well, the latest headlines and your most reliable forecast. See you then.